Hi everyone, welcome back to A Sky Full of Stars, Divergence Route B, Episode 2. So Akito just moved into his new place thanks to the mother Saotome, and I hope it's not because she's hoping that he would marry Miharu at some point. So with the help of the Kuzukabe siblings, Takeichi and Korona, he was able to move in without any problems, but he gave pretty cheap refreshments to them in return. And that's in comparison to Hikari and Saya. They got nice juice and pastries for helping Hikari prepare her move to Malaysia or Southeast Asia. And Takeichi's like, well, let's have a comeback at Hikari. So he faked a little alcohol celebration with himself, Korona, and Akito. And when they sent the picture, there was no response. And Korona thought that it was because the picture wasn't effective. But now Akito's smartphone is ringing, and this is a reply from Hikari. So let's see what Hikari has to say about that picture of them being together with alcohol. And yes, it's illegal. Okay, so it's here. So the reply we waited so long for. Okay, so show me. So Korona tried to stick her head between me and my phone. So what does Hikari say about the picture? So Hikari interprets them being that they're knitting. And it's because the kotatsu is a misfit for the room. And the kotatsu reminds me of the rooms in Yukikoi Mount. But then again, that is in a cold environment, so that's why they need a really comfortable kotatsu. So she was replying with yet another photo. So seated on a sofa, Saya was knitting elegantly. Oh, okay, so Hikari sent another photo with them knitting, and it's comfortable. So she pretty much ignored the little picture of them. So Korona, Takeichi, and Akito. Hey, wait a minute. Look closely. So the knitting needles are cooking chopsticks. Well, he was right. So those were cooking chopsticks. And on further inspection, there were other strange things about the photo. Oh, some more. So like a second salvo, I received yet another photo message. Wanted. The photo came from Saya, and it was of Hikari with what looked like a cat on her knees. So, hey, that doesn't... So it doesn't look like a cat. It looks like something else. And a soft toy at that. It looked like... So it looked really worn out, like an old body pillow. The cat's unnecessary long torso also added to the pathetic state. So, Hikari's trying to dress as a cat, but the photo looks off, and her costume looks pretty bad. Ha ha ha, that's so dumb. So Takeichi found this really funny. He was holding his stomach from laughing. Korona being Korona couldn't get over that minor detail. It's like, well, it still looks pretty bad. Well, by the way, I wonder if they're really looking for a new home for that toy. So, do you have an idea of what that toy is? No, I don't want anything to do with it. So we ran out of responses, so we left the text conversation to die. So let's just ignore Hikari and they'll give up. So I wonder, who won? Them or us? Well, I'm sure for Hikari's side it's them, but for here, it might be, or they might think it's them. So Takeichi, Korona, and Akito. But who cares? So Takeichi's tone suggested that he had enough of fooling around. Okay, so victory! At Korona's insistence, I went along with it. But Takeichi, who was supposed to do it too, gave a cold stare. You know, it's not interesting, and I don't really like how you're trying to push her to do things like this. But you're mean. Well, I feel like he's not really teaching you things. He's just trying to flatter you, trying to suck up for anything that you do. And that's not really good. But me as your brother, I'm teaching you the right things. Okay? So the moving in process had been delayed, but somehow we managed to get it done. And let alone the Kusakabe siblings would probably have stayed all day, but Takeichi was kind enough to initiate their exit. It's like, well, I don't want to disturb you too much, so we should be leaving. Okay, so Kotarou's here. Or he scares Korona. So as soon as we stepped out of the store, Kotarou started barking at Korona. He was wagging his tail vigorously, so we know he just wanted to be petted. So like, hey, I'm Korona, hello! And that scares Korona. Oh, come on, please pet me. No, stop barking. There, calm down, boy. I rushed between them and started petting Kotarou. Okay, okay, that's good. Oh, come on. So it's just a dog. Nothing scary. Well, don't cry. It's just, once again, it's just a dog. So Korona clung to Takeichi's arm out of sheer terror. And Takeichi, who was usually mean to his sister, didn't push her away for once. Well, I'm sorry. So, I'm sorry that Kotarou scared you. Well, so it's the dog's fault because he had to be a mean guy and bark at me loudly. Oh, come on. Korona hid herself completely behind Takeichi. Well, you've always had dogs barking at you, huh? No, of course. Well, that explains it.
やめてよ。そういうこと言ってコロナを怖がらせるの。
Well, my bad, but it's strange, because Kotarou rarely barks at people.
犬怖い。
So she looked totally traumatized.
だからお前は来るなって言ったんだ。
Well, it was better if you stayed home because you wouldn't have to deal with this Kotarou dog.
犬が怖いから来れないなんて嫌だし。
Well, just because I'm afraid of dogs, that's not a reason why I should not come. Well, it's okay. So Kotarou isn't scary at all. So you want to try petting him then?
噛まない？
So, does he bite?
ガブガブ噛むぞ。
No! So he'll gobble you up. Oh, so Take, don't make fun of her.
悪い悪い。
I'm sorry. Takeichi laughed, but his eyes were serious. Hey, so Kotarou, look. So it's Korona. Don't scare her, okay? I hold Kotarou's head steady so that he wouldn't suddenly rush at Korona. Okay, so try to pet Kotarou. So gingerly, Korona reached out with her hand. Okay, that's good. More, Korona?
怖くない怖くない怖くない。
ワン
And Takeichi just has to throw a wrench at Korona. Hee hee hee. Woof woof. Korona took off at top speed.
超面白い。
Haha. Take, that's too much.
いいんだよ。あいつで遊んでいいのは俺だけなんだから。
Don't worry. I'm her brother, so I can tease her like this. Well, maybe that was his way of showing affection. In a really bad way. But it wasn't fun at all for Korona. There you go. So I'm sure Takeichi had his deal with dogs because if you remember in the past, Hikari liked to use the big dog Taro to scare Takeichi. So whenever Takeichi did something bad as a bully, Hikari would fight back by using Taro as her defense. And the Taro dog scared Takeichi a lot. So anyways, seeing that Kotarou was back in his kennel, Korona returned.
お兄ちゃんなんて死ねばいいのに。
Well, there was a rare edge in Korona's voice. She seemed really upset at Takeichi.
まあ怖いけど、いずれ克服しないとダメだよね。
Hey, don't force yourself.
だってアキ兄の部屋にはまた来たいから。
But I want to see you, and if I have to go see you, I have to bear through Kotarou. Well, I couldn't say something to that. Well, thanks for coming to help anyways, Takeichi.
貸し1だからな。
Well, you owe me, so how about a cup of instant noodles as payment? Well, at times like this, Takeichi never compromised. Well, I liked his stance of making sure favors were properly acknowledged.
コロナも貸し1。
Well, true, so I'll be sure to return the favor.
おお、ちゃんと返してくれるとは。
Really? Promise?
あんまこいつは甘やかさない方がいいぜ。すぐ調子に乗るからな。
But so don't spoil Korona too much.
そんなことないよーだ。
Boo!
バスも来たし、そろそろ帰るわ。今日は妹が騒がしくして悪かったな。
Okay. So as Takeichi spoke, I saw the bus pull in.
おい、帰るぞコロナ。
So Takeichi dragged Korona away by the collar.
無理やり帰らせないでよ。
Wait, so what's wrong?
アキトの迷惑になんだろうが、いい加減悟れ。
Hey, you know, you're getting Akito's way, so don't be interrupting him too much, or don't be using him too much.
でも
But, well, bye, Korona. So come again sometime.
絶対行くから絶対だよ。
So with the two of them on board, the bus headed for the city streets. Let's see, its tall lights leaving acres in the darkness. Okay, so he's back in the shop and he has to work now. I put on my apron and went behind the counter.
遅いよ。ずっと労働させられてたんだから。
And once again, the teacher's like, well, look at you. So you were late and I had to cover your shift and I had extra work to do. Well, I think working a bit more will do you some good, actually.
うちの同居人くんが意地悪を言う。
Uh-huh. So, come to think of it, Miharu's son and I were housemates now. That's true. I found that thought quite moving somehow.
どうしたのかな？私の魅力にドキドキしちゃった？
So, do I look special to you then? No, that's not it. So, as a former hot teacher, maybe, but in her current lifestyle,
わかってるわよ。冗談に決まってるじゃない。
it's like, well, you were great when you were still teaching, but now you look like this, and it really makes you look otherwise.
それより新しい部屋はどう？うまくやっていけそう？
So, how's your new place then? It's good. Well, it's a paradise compared to the astronomy club room, obviously, and I'm sure there's better heat in that room compared to the club room. So that was a room for club activities. After all, not for someone to live. That's obviously true. Well, I felt some attachment to it. Well, of course, but my new room was so much more comfortable. Also true. And it had a tatami mat and a futon, and that alone made it feel like somewhere I could live.
それならよかった。あんたのことはずっと心配してたからね。
Okay? Miharu-san?
うちの母さんも結構気にしてたみたい。
Yes?
そういうわけだから、あんたが元気にやってくれるのが一番なの。だから遠慮せずに頼りなさい。困った時には黙ってないで言うこと。いいわね。
Yes, I'll ask for help. I was reminded of the teacher she once was. And then the moment passed.
さーて、そんじゃあとは店番よろしくね。
Okay, so I'm gonna go, so take care of the store, okay? So the feeling of nostalgia and admiration also vanished in that instant. So Miharu took off her apron and all but abandoned the counter to me. And with a sigh, I put her out of my mind and focused on the present. And just as I got into work mode, I received a message notification on my phone. So I think this one's from Korona.
やっほー、あきに元気？
So she's happy with her new phone, and I'm sure she is anxious and she's trying to test out everything and trying to go crazy with messaging. And I'm sure it's gonna be a while before Korona can finally settle down. It's like, well, I have a phone, that's good.
今日はありがとうございました。すっごく楽しかったです。
But then again, that's how people are when they first get their new phone. Even if it's a new model, but a smartphone as well. So I was the one who should be thanking her for helping me move in. I wanted to reply, of course, but there were some customers approaching the register. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Korona. I'm working right now, so I'll text you later. I sent Korona that reply for now. She would just have to wait. But then the messages kept on coming in.
バイト中なんだ。頑張って。返事は後でいいよ。キミの部屋いい感じだったよ。
Okay?
また絶対遊びに行くからね。
It's okay. So, go work, and you can talk later, but don't forget I'll be coming back to your place when I have the chance. So Korona had just got her phone, but her messages came without any pauses in between. So like I said, she's excited about her new phone, she's testing it, and just trying to explore everything that's on her new phone.
次は意地悪なお兄ちゃん抜きで遊ぼう。犬は怖いけど頑張る。
Okay?
そうだ、この前一緒に星見たのすごく楽しかった。あんな綺麗なもの見たのコロナ初めてかも。
So I wonder if Akito's reading these messages, or it's basically telling him, hey, you got 7 plus unread messages.
またキニーと星見たいな。これからはコロナもみんなの仲間だからね。絶対だからね。
So it was if her feelings were rising up too quickly to be put into words. And the short text gave more sense of the outpouring of things she wanted to say. So when I used to look up at the stars, that was how I felt. So I understood. I understood the agony, the inability to remain still. And no one could stop it. The feelings that threatened to rush out of you at any moment. Okay, so I think this is where Akito's shift is over. Oh, so it's New Year's Eve. So a lot had happened over the years, but now New Year's Eve had come to end it. And most people were busy deciding how they wanted to spend their New Year's Eve, but didn't have to decide anything. Because I have work. It was the last day of the year, but I was standing at the register with the apron on.
悪いね、空見くん。大晦日なのにバイトに入ってもらって。
Well, I know it's bad. It's a holiday, and well, in a sense, she could close the shop and close it on New Year's Eve, and then open it again on the 2nd of January. Well, it's okay. So I'm free anyways. I don't have anybody to spend it with, and all that's gonna happen is I'm just going to spend it in my own room doing nothing for the next few days.
もう少ししたらうちの娘に代わらせるからね。そしたら年越しそばをおあがんなさい。茹でてあげるから。
Okay? Well, so thank you very much. I was planning on asking something, or I was planning on eating something expired from the store, but she was making food for me. And I'm sure the manager will not want Akito to eat those expired food. It's safe, or it's better safe than sorry. So I'm pretty sure most likely she'll throw out all those expired food. And maybe she'll have Miharu clean out their pantry of all the expired foods. The manager had done so much for me since I started staying with her. It seems she not only make me year-end soba, but special New Year's Day food as well. So this is what happens, or what happiness looks like. I mumbled under my breath. My new life was so therapeutic that I couldn't help but say it. I had never felt this comfortable living at my auntie's or even at my late grandfather's.
うちの娘がじゃなけりゃぜひうちの婿にって言えるんだけどね。
Uh-oh. So, like I said, she's hoping that Akito might be able to take her daughter, Miharu, as his wife.
ごめんね、あんなぐうたら女で。
Well, you know, she's kind of lazy, so, ha 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 ha, yeah, I guess. So it would be a little rude to directly agree with her on this. So I just tried to laugh it off. It's like, well, I don't want to hurt her. Because if I say that I don't want to marry the daughter, then it'd be quite depressing for the store manager. But she does do some pretty bold things then. It was starting to get awkward, so I changed the subject.
ああ、深夜営業のことかい?
Okay. So even stopping by a convenience store knowing to open late usually turned off its bright lights by 10 p.m. Well, I wouldn't say that's late. I would say like midnight, that's when it's late. But today, those lights stayed on even past 10.
あちこちから言われてね。年越しの時だけでいいから深夜営業しとくれって。
Okay, so at least open late for the New Year's Eve, and then they close all day on New Year's Day. So there are a lot of customers out for their first visit to the shrines. And there were a large... Okay, so there's a large temple and shrine in the mountains. So many people moved to the shrine after hearing the New Year's Day Eve bell at the temple.
深夜もバスと電車が動くって話だしね。うちだけが閉まってるってわけにもいかないだろ。何より明かりがあると安心するからね。真っ暗だと危ないし。
Okay, so, well, our store lights can help light the way for these people to go to the temples and offer their prayers for a prosperous next year. It would feel unsafe if no one was open late at night. And the stopping by helped all the people in the neighborhood. And that's why she chose to stay open late over New Year's.
代わりと言っちゃなんだけど、三が日はお休みにするから、空見くんものんびりするといいよ。
Okay, so we can extend our closing days, so we'll open on the 4th of January, not the 2nd. So how's that? Okay, I got it. So the special hours were until early on New Year's Day, and after that, the Sunby convenience store would go back to its normal, easy schedule.
あんたが来てくれてほんと助かったよ。私と父ちゃんだけじゃ深夜営業なんて無理だったからね。
So you're not counting your daughter, right?
それを私の口から言わせないでおくれよ。
Oh, come on. So she's unreliable, she's lazy, and we can't really count on her. So the manager said that and let out a deep sigh. And I wonder if Miharu-san would spend next year unemployed again. And at the right time, or at this moment, Akito got a message.
どうしたんだい?
Well, I got a text on my phone, so it's okay if I check it. I'm sure the manager will say yes.
いいよ。
There you go. Of course. So we were talking, but she allowed it no problem. I did my best to check my phone quickly.
俺からジョヤの金付きに行くけど一緒にどうよ?
Oh, okay, so I'm going to hear the New Year's Eve bell. So do you want to come with me? Okay, so Takeichi invited Akito.
っていうかもうそこまで来てる。
Oh, I just arrived. Wait, on what?
おーす、準備はできてるか？
So here I am. So I'm waiting for you so we can go and hear the New Year's bell. Come on. So I'm not ready. I'm still working. Do you see? Okay. So Takeichi was strangely excited.
あら、たけくん、いらっしゃい。
Oh, hello, Take-kun.
おばちゃん、アキトを借りていいですか？
So is it okay if I have Akito come with me then? Hey, knock that off. So we're busy. The Saotome by convenience store is busy.
今はまだそうでもないから平気だよ。せっかくだから、たけくんと行ってきたらどうだい？
And likewise, the store manager's like, well, we're not busy, so if you have to go with Takeichi, go ahead. I'll let you. I'll dismiss you. Or you can go and come back after.
さすがおばちゃん、話がわかる。
She's nice. I like that. Wait, are you sure? Is it okay?
いいよ。帰ってきたらまた手伝っておくれ。
Well, don't worry. Just go ahead, do all the things that you need to do with Takeichi, and then you can come back and finish up. Well, thanks. Well, I won't. So I won't argue with you.
よし、じゃあ行くか。
So we would take a bus part way to the temple and walk the rest of the way. So like what happened on Christmas Eve, the store manager or the grandmother, she's kind and it's like, well, I really want you to do other things. You don't have to be at my store all the time. So if there are other people that invite you to do something, why don't you go do those and not worry too much about the store? And the same thing is happening for New Year's Eve.
お、来た来た。
Okay, so the bus is here. And normally the buses would have already stopped running, but the special service for New Year's made it easy. So the bus is crowded despite the hour. And I let the turns rock me for a while. And then the time seemed right to talk to Takeichi. So what happened? It was just like Takeichi to invite you suddenly. But he was too excited at the store.
悪いな、バイト中に無理って。
Well, I'm sorry. I know I kind of pulled you out. You were busy and you were so I was kind of interrupting your shift. So Takeichi wasn't answering my question. He looked like he didn't know where to start. So, is it about Narue?
なんでわかんない？
Oh, so actually, I wanted to talk to you about Narue. And what's wrong with it? Well, I'm pretty sure she's the only thing you're worried about right now. He was dim, but he was earnest. He wouldn't give up on Narue, even though she rejected him.
今日さ、あの子を誘ったんだよ。2年参りに行かないかって。
So actually, I was hoping to invite her to come with me, but she said no. So did she anyways?
まあな、無視するような子じゃねえし。
Okay, so she did say no.
はっきりとお断りされたわけだ。でもよ、ただ断られるんならこれもよかったんだ。
But then again, that was quite expected.
別口で行くんだとよ。やっぱできてるんじゃねえか。
And she's already with someone else. Wait, could it be an Earth Science member from Nishihai? Well, come on. So cheer up, Takeichi.
そんなもん出せるかよ。くそ。
Come on. So it hurts to be dumped, you know. So he was my best friend. I could listen to him gripe for a while. But I had to heal Takeichi's broken heart. I felt like I was looking down on him a little. But as soon as we got to the temple, what happened? So he sees Narue, and I wonder if Takeichi can see her boyfriend, the guy from the Earth Science Club. I looked where he's pointing, and it was another... Okay, so it's definitely Narue. Wait a minute, that guy. The person next to Narue wasn't a guy, it was a girl, no matter how you looked.
Yes!
Okay, it's like, well, that means I have a chance to win Narue. I just have to try my best at this moment. Hey, so why was she acting so weird? If it wasn't a date, she should have said so. Well, I'm gonna go after her, so good luck. I'm sure Akito can find someone else that can go with him. And I'm pretty sure it might be Korona. And just like that, Takeichi was back to his old self and ran over to Narue. Poor Akito, so he got dumped. So I finished my shrine visit and started home feeling gloomy. And the year had already changed, so it didn't feel right to eat this the end of year soba anymore. I was filled with loneliness so early in the year. And that's how I knew I would feel at least. Oh, so on the way back down, he notices that Orihime is in the same bus with him. Oh, so also Honoka. Wait, so Orihime, you're here? So Faye had brought me this angel. And seeing her on the bus at this hour, she must have been going home from the shrine like I was. Oh, hello. Well, actually, so today's a special day, so we're supposed to greet him differently. So Happy New Year! Okay. Well, thanks. You too. So as it turned out, the first people I met in the new year were these two from the Mako Astronomy Club. So you're not wearing a kimono, Orihime? Well, I always thought she was the type to wear a kimono. She was a refined young lady, so the holiday dress would suit her. Okay, sick. Well, I want to match Honoka. But you know, if you want to wear a kimono, you could have. You don't have to worry about me. Honoka looked a little bit disappointed that she couldn't see her senior, who she respected, in a kimono too. Okay, so I got off the bus at the Mikazuki station, and for some reason they got off too. So they want to talk with Akito more and not go back to the Mako Academy like they're supposed to. So notice that the convenience stores open late. So Orihime was surprised to see the Stop-By store open. So are you sure you want to get off? If you stay on, it goes to the Hoshino station. Well, don't worry. I can have my father pick me up here instead. And and then he should just gone all the way to the shrine. I thought so myself.
山の方は初詣客で渋滞していますからね。
Okay, so traffic is bad up there, so it's better if he picks us up from here. Honoka seemed to read my question and answer me.
ここに来てもらうのも星の駅に来てもらうのも大きな違いはありませんから。
Well, so traffic is not really bad down here, so it's okay if he goes to here instead of the Hoshino station.
それならお父様を待つ間にあなたとお話しするのも悪くないと思ったのよ。
Okay? Well, if that's the case, then of course. A development like this so early in the year was a good sign. So at least he gets to talk to someone better than Narue or Takeichi, and that's Orihime and Honoka. Okay, so for some reason, Orihime and Honoka want to join Akito instead of continuing to their intended bus stop. So anyways, talking outside won't do, so he warmed up inside the store.
おかえり空見くん。タケくんは一緒じゃないのかい？
So the manager notices that, hey, so I saw you leave with Takeichi, and I wonder why you're coming back with other people, especially girls. The manager looked surprised that my companion had changed from Takeichi to two pretty girls, Orihime and Honoka. So a lot has happened. Can we sit in the eating area?
いいよ、そのくらい。先客がいるけど気にしなくていいよ。
Okay. So someone's already there. So someone. I look to the eating area and... Oh, so it's Korona. And just at the moment, Korona was biting into a pork bun. Well, Korona shouldn't eat too fast. I'm sure the big pork bun. And... Hey, okay. You don't have to swallow so fast. There you go. Okay, so Korona wants to say Happy New Year to Akito, and she can't speak when she's eating a big pork bun. Oh, so Happy New Year, Korona. Korona was full of energy in the new year.
あれ、姫ちゃんと吉岡さんもいるんだ。明けましておめでとうございます。
Oh, so I see that you two are here.
明けましておめでとう、コロナさん。明けましておめでとうございます。姫ちゃんたちも初詣帰り？おみくじどうだった？
Okay,
もちろん大吉ですわ。
so great luck.
その前に2回ほど今日を引いてますけどね。
But that was your third time, so you got some bad ones at first. So you pulled again, so you pulled multiple times?
おみくじで今日を引いたままでは帰れませんわ。
And I wonder if they allow people to pull another fortune if they get a bad one.
あそこの神社、今日が多いって話だしね。ちなみにコロナは中吉でした。
Okay, so I got a good one my first try, so I'm happy. So it seemed Korona went to the shrine too.
コロナさんはお一人で？ひなみんと一緒だったよ。あ、ひなみんっていうのはコロナの友達の子でね。
So Hinami.
先日の観測会にも来ていた子ですね。
So that girl?
あの。
Orihime seemed to remember as well. I only saw her from a distance. I didn't know her well enough to use the nickname Hinami. So what about the Hinami? So did she go home already?
ひなみんはそのままバスに乗ってったから。
Okay. So Korona was the only one who got off the bus here. And I wonder why for her as well. There you go. So why did she get off here? Her house was closer to the Hoshino station.
空見くん、せっかくだから皆さんに部屋を見せてあげたらどうだい？
So I'm sure we probably know why. But anyways, the store manager's like, so Akito, why don't you show everyone your new room? It's really good and we put some work into it, so we want your people to see all the work that we've done to your room. Well, damn. I guess we were talking a little bit too much. There are no customers right now, so it wasn't a problem, but we would be getting in the way of the store if we stay here. Oh, I'm sorry. So we're being so loud, and I suppose we are disturbing your business and your customers, right?
申し訳ありませんでした。私たちはすぐに帰りますから、お気遣いなく。
いいのいいの、そういうんじゃないんだから。ほら、空見くんもご案内して。
Okay. Okay, I got it. It seems she was the one being polite. And without delay, I brought the three of them to my room on the second floor.
やったー、一番乗り。
Okay, so for some reason, the store manager is happy to have Akito introduce his room to the girls. And I'm pretty sure it's still his shift at work. But anyways, Korona's happy that she gets to be in Akito's room without their brother Takeichi. So as I opened the door, Korona slipped in before me.
ここが空見くんの部屋ですか。引っ越ししたばかりにしては綺麗に片付いてますね。
Well, I'm pretty sure moving in is the cleanest it can be because later on there'll be dust, trash, and, well, other stuff. So she must have expected a mountain of boxes. And the girls looked around my room with interest.
おこた入っていい？ねえねえ。
Of course. So that's the only heater I have. So the wooden house was bitingly cold in the winter. And even though it was inside, it was cold enough to make people hesitate to take off their coats. Okay,
サブサブ。
so it is already cold right now. Korona got under the kotatsu and switched it, or like turned it on.
会長、私たちは。
So, well, they knew me, but it was a boys' room. So Honoka and Orihime are asking with a mix of manners and apprehension.
立ち話もなんだし、こたつに入らせてもらいましょう。
Well, I guess we should do it too. And that's quite different, because I'm pretty sure they expect something more exquisite, more luxurious, based on their lifestyle. Well, I'm sorry, so that's all I have.
いいのよ、別に。着物じゃなくてよかったわ。
So the kotatsu would be impossible in a kimono. And considering this, it was actually lucky for me.
では、失礼しますわね。
So, excuse us. She took off her coat and slowly slid her legs under the blanket. And Honoka did just Orihime did.
泣く泣く。
And I hope it's big enough for all of them to fit.
室温が低いから余計に暖かく感じますね。これは
So they each had their own reactions. But I couldn't let Orihime's pass. It's like, so Orihime has never heard of a kotatsu. Interesting. So is this your first time in a kotatsu, Orihime?
実は初体験なの。
Yes. So she admit it with embarrassment.
姫ちゃんのお家おこたないの？私の家は洋風なので。
So I think Orihime's house has central heating and maybe heated floors. So in a sense, there's no need for a kotatsu because anywhere she goes in her house, it's warm and toasty.
会長のお宅はすごいんですよ。おしゃれな洋館って感じで。広くてもいいことないわよ。お掃除が大変ってお母様がいつもぼやいているわ。
But then again, it has its drawbacks. And this is true. I've heard in real life people having problems with cleaning up their houses because they bought it too big. And it turns out that the extra rooms end up being storage for junk.
お掃除大変になるくらい広いんだ。
So the Kusakabe's house was supposed to be pretty big, but Orihime's must have been even bigger. I'm sure that's true. So I didn't have anything for my guests to drink, so I went down to buy some from the store. Okay, so it looks like this is a good place to stop. So we'll see how it goes with 3 girls in Akito's room. And I'm not really sure if the kotatsu can fit him in as well. So 4 people. So far we haven't really seen where this route will lead us. Just Akito meeting all these different girls. So we had a part with Orihime and a part with Korona and Takeichi. And I wonder if Hikari and Sai are going to show up at some point in this route. But then again, it's a surprise. So the New Year's shrine thing, it reminded me of LoveKami, the original. So the story begins on New Year's Eve, and when New Year's came, they were supposed to go to the shrine and offer their prayers, hoping for a prosperous new year. But then all these lights started to come, all these light balls, and it was scaring everyone away. And the main character Sota tried to go to a shrine, and there was this really big glowing ball in front of him. And well, then the story just cut and it went to like 4 months later. But then again, if you're interested, you can go watch that if you're... So anyways, we'll see how it continues here. And I wonder if we're going to see more interaction with Orihime and Honoka. And yes, Orihime has a root. And I'm pretty sure Korona would appreciate it because, well, I'm sure a good person like you, Akito, deserves a really beautiful person like Orihime. But anyways, enough talking. I'll see you in the next episode.